What is up, guys? Your homeboy Daniel from Tiny Studio Production. Today in the house we got Piexi. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? We're live and direct here.
So I haven't done a podcast in a while, and Piexi, I appreciate you coming through tonight. This was the last
Appreciate
minute.
you for reaching out, man.
Yeah, brother. It's gonna be a quick, brief interview. We are gonna go more into depth with him, with Big Tim, and some special co-hosts as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So I want to talk about this past weekend, bro. I was at the Harlingen Civic Center with Matt M there,
yeah, yeah.
checking out the fight, and you did a performance. How was your experience there, bro?
It was cool, man. I had never done a boxing event, so I was a little like, man, let's see how these people, let's see how they react, man. Because, so when it's a hip hop crowd, well, you're gonna go do some hip hop, and people are there for that. But when it's something else, sometimes the people will be like, nah, man, whatever, But now, man, I got a real good response, man. I had a lot of people come up to me and like, hey, man, you did a real good show, and I got the crowd, pretty hyped up, man. So it was pretty fun, man. I liked it, man. It was one for the books because I never done a boxing event, so it was cool, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was actually my first time, and going with Matt, it was our first time experiencing the whole
Yeah.
boxing thing. So that was
Yeah, I mean,
badass,
I've
bro. It
been,
was
I've been,
lit.
uh, I've been to some boxing events local because I know a
Yeah,
couple of the boxers and stuff, but I never gone perform. So when they told me to do it, I'm like, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's see how it doesn't hurt. Make your audience
yeah.
grow and people check out your stuff. So it's always expand. As much as you can.
What's been your favorite venue you've performed at so far?
My favorite venue, I kind of have two or three, man. I did we opened up for Snoop Dogg. I want to say like 2003 at the Villarreal. It's not even there no more. I think it's now a Harley Davidson out in McAllen. Okay, we opened up for Snoop Dogg, and that was a cool experience. And then opening up for 50 Cent when Get Rich or Die Trying, he was out here at the island at the what is it, Schlitterbahn now, or I don't know what it is called now, but we opened up for him back then, and the crowd was like a sea of crowd, man. So a homeboy has the footage of that, but I don't have it. I wish I had it, man, but I don't got it. But that was really cool. And then another one, I wasn't even go to perform. I went to go check out Naughty by Nature at the island at Louis' backyard, and I was just checking them out, man. I'm a hip hop head, man, and they due to Naughty by Nature, they pointed me out and they told the security guard to bring me up on stage. That they wanted me up on stage, and I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. And they're like, hey man, you look like you're into music, you rap, and I'm like, yeah, man. And I told the DJ, hey, put on a beat, and he puts an instrumental, and I start rocking the crowd, just like it was just random, dude. So and the crowd was rocking, man, and I ended up doing a hip hop parade and OPP with them on stage. So that one was a pretty cool. It was a cool night, man. And we ended up
Bro,
partying with them after that. So it was cool, man. It was real cool.
that's like being in a movie, bro. That's a badass experience right
Yeah.
there, man. Bro, so as an artist, what's the biggest challenge everyone relates to?
As an artist, the biggest challenge, I guess, because it's independent, you got to do everything. You got to, if you don't really have a big team, you kind of have to do everything. So, like us, me and Big Tim, we're recording, we're mixing, arranging, putting shows together, trying to promote, getting stuff done through the internet and changing from, selling your cassettes back in the day and CDs out in the flea markets and at shows to going digital or online. That was a big step and it was a big change. So it was kind of, learning process. It was a big learning process. So it's cool, man, because you get to learn a lot. You learn a lot. It's what's it called, man, trial and error.
I
So
feel like back then the hustling was a little bit better for everyone because like
yeah,
you were selling
honestly,
mixtapes.
it was a lot. It was fun, man, because you get to interact with people. Like we used to go to the flea markets. I would set up like in Bronzo. Big Tim would set up in Alamo. This other guy would set up in Mercedes, and we would all be selling CDs, and we'd be making some money those back in those days, man. A good $500 on a Sunday selling CDs, each one of us. So we were making some good money, man. But The internet game kind of changed everything, and CDs are no longer, a thing. So
Yeah.
it's different, man. But it's cool. I still love it, man. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it, man.
I think now when it comes to organically marketing, it's gonna be the merch. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
anywhere someone like you're at a show and they're like, "Fuck, I fuck with your music," and you'll be, "Hey, by the way, I got some merch."
yeah.
You know what I mean? If they fuck with you, they're gonna buy
Yeah,
something.
and that's what it is, man. Like I'll read like even like big artists, man. Like I think I was reading a Bon Jovi, like an old school groups. Like they don't really do a lot of they're not, you know, selling albums. They were saying that they sell their merchandise at concerts and that's how they're making their money. But I remember reading on the Bon Jovi article and even like hip hop groups, like you go I just we went to go see the Rock the Bells tour, and it was a bunch of merchandise out there, man. And it was cool. But I know they're selling they were selling a lot of shirts, man. They're going for like 40, $50 a piece, So I'm pretty sure they're making their money there.
Bro,
So
so from the very first time that you recorded in the studio until the last recently
yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah. I
have
got a
you
story, man.
you learned something from the difference
Yeah,
from
man. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, man, we didn't have nobody to really teach us anything. Like we were from scratch, man. So when this is before I even met Big Tim. I knew this other dude, and it was back in the day. We were just recording from the turntables to the cassette, and that was okay. We are just kind of doing mixtapes, just performing. We'd put on raw beats, practice, and okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be our a little mixtape we're doing. But we weren't selling those. We were just having fun, and then we got a little bit more like, all right, man, let's try to get a little bit more serious. So we bought a 4-track Tascam, and we're learning how to record there. And that was a challenge, man, because I mean we didn't know. This is how naive or whatever you want to say, man. We didn't even know you're supposed to wear headphones. So we're recording with the speakers over here loud with the microphone. And if you listen, if you go back, I still got the cassettes. You go back and listen to the cassettes. So the music is coming through the microphone also. And it sounds real, sounds like trash, man. And
I remember that.
and
Oh, go
then
for sorry.
like the way do you know you're supposed to pan everything down the middle if you're gonna be recording, so everything was panned like to the right or to the left, and it was a lot of little things that we didn't know. We learned along the way, and that's how you learn. That's how you learn how to mix. I'm pretty sure, you've had like little things that you gotta learn, and you kind of break your
Going
head.
back what you said, bro, with the 8 track. I started with an 8 track. The brand was Fostic, and they had those compact flash cards.
But yeah, yeah,
And I remember one of the things that I learned was phantom power microphones. So I'm like, they're connecting the mic, and I'm like, what the fuck? It never worked. And they're like, no, you gotta turn on the 48-volt phantom power. That's when I was like, what
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck is all this? Like, so yeah. And then I learned like, cause since it's an 8 track, you're limited on 8 tracks. So I would bounce everything to the
yeah.
last one and
And
then start
that's
all
another
over.
thing. Yeah. I never learned how to bounce tracks on the 4-track because you could also bounce tracks on that one, and I never learned how to do it. But I kind of knew, like, because I also had a mixer that had the 4-second loop, the circle button on it, so I would loop beats. I would loop the drums, and I would loop the drums, and I would record it on track one, and then on track two, I would either put keys or bass lines on there, and that was gonna be my whole beat. So I would use 2 tracks for that, and I would use 2 tracks for vocals. So I would do the whole vocals on one line, and then I do ad libs in the other. And I kind of started learning how to fade in and fade out, manually, left, right, all that stuff, and I mixed. I ended up learning how to mix a little bit with that one. And I also had remember those mini disc digital recorders? Okay, I bought that one. I had that
Sony,
one
the
for a
Sony ones or
while.
what? Was it the Sony ones or
I think so, man. I can't remember the brand, man, but I bought one. I had it for a good minute, man, and then we just ended up we hardly used it. We hardly used it because that was supposed to be like the next thing to record on, and then right after that, everybody started recording on the computer. The software for the computers came in, and that kind of just brushed off, man. So I never really got a chance to record a whole project on that. I think I recorded this guy on the well, this is way back, man. Like in 2000, we did a CD, the Coalition CD. I did Bullets track on there, and I did Curly Stone's track on there. He used to go by Straddle, and I did my stuff on there too. So there was a lot of beats in there that I use on that digital mini recorder, man. And it was a 4-track, but you could bounce it to an 8-track. So it was pretty cool, man.
That's crazy, bro. How
But
like
it was a
it
lot of
was more
learning
of a,
process, man. Still to this day.
yeah. I think back then you had to pretty much get everything on hardware manually, like from compressors to like mixers and all that. Nowadays it's so much easier on the software side.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the only thing I guess getting like a good interface, and a preamp. That's what's gonna help nowadays. But yeah, bro, it's technology now. It's like it's been good to us and at the same time bad. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a balance.
And it's weird because me and Tim always say that like it's good and it's bad because to me it's good because man it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier, but back then everything was easier too. So it has its good and bad on I guess on both. That's just the way it is.
Bro, so any upcoming projects that you wanna promote?
Right now I'm just releasing a bunch of singles. Uh, just a bunch of singles, man. I got these man. The project that I'm putting out right now is just like tracks that I had from the COVID year 2020. I was recording a lot of solo tracks. When I would get bored, I would just start writing and I was just recording. But we were doing some after that. We put out Experience Necessary. Then we put out the Philosophers. Then we put Zell's project. We put those 3 projects out. Then I put another out solo project, Oro. We put 4 projects out. All these tracks kind of never made it. Never made it. So I just like what. Right now we haven't been really recording a lot because family. This and that. With the family stuff. So we haven't really been in the studio for a while, and we got a new project that we got for the future. We haven't even been in the lab for that one, but I already heard the beats, man. The whole project for the beats is ready. They're done by Zella Mata, real good producer. And well, back to the project that I'm dropping. There's just a bunch of singles that I'll be putting out, and I actually have one with Amari. That one's a new one that I recently recorded, and this production from DJ Huracan Hurricane. Cool cat, man. Producer from he's out of Bronzo, but he lives up in Houston now. Been up there for years, but we just stay in contact with him, and we just work through the music all the time. And every now and then, he comes down and he gets in the studio with us. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, shout out to Amari. I work with her. She's amazing. I know she came out in one of y'all's music videos, no?
Yeah,
Like a while back.
actually, had
That was
two.
pretty.
She's in 2 videos, and she's actually on the 3rd track too. But we could schedules and stuff. We couldn't get her to go to that video shoot, so we're just like, let's just shoot it. And I'm hoping to shoot a video for the new track. I'm hoping to shoot a video with her. She's on it. She's on the hook. I would like to do that video with her, and we're working on doing a couple of tracks with her solo stuff. We have one already, and I wrote another one for her, and the producer is DJ Huracan also, and it's a little different, man. It's more like a more dance type of stuff, and it's a little funky. One of them's a little funkier. So let's see how those go, man. It's been fun, man, recording those.
That's badass. Something different. You know what I mean? Evolving on the styles that you songwrite to. So that's
What's
badass,
that?
bro. That's badass that you're evolving to other styles. You know what I mean with your
Yeah, yeah,
songwriting. So like
yeah.
I'm
Just
curious to
having
see
fun
that.
with
Like
it, man.
yeah, bro. So where can people get a hold of you? Follow you if they want to check out your work or want to collab. What pages do you got?
Yeah. People could check us out on official Real Deep Music on YouTube. We got our page right there. If you go to that, you can listen to all our stuff that we've released. I think we got like about I want to say about eight to 10 projects out right now. And we got videos and stuff, but we got a lot of jams on there too. You could check us out on Spotify. Anything that's dealing with music, iTunes, TuneCore. You could check us out under Big Tim, Piexi. Just type in the name. I know my name's a little tricky, Piexi. You said Piexi, and You could check us out on Instagram or on Facebook. On Facebook, it's a little different because it's under Xavier King Cuts. It's my barbershop, so uh, that's what I have it under. But it's I usually just promote a lot of my music, and you can also check us out on Real Deep Music on Facebook, man. That's on TikTok also, Piexi. So
Guys, so I'm gonna put all the screenshots as he's saying them on the screen. I'm gonna post this episode on all music platforms, so it's gonna
cool,
be
man.
on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and on the description I'll be putting all the links for all the pages. And this one was just an intro one, an intro with Pizy. The next one's gonna be a more in depth with
Cool,
Big
man.
Tim and with you know who. We'll have some special
Yeah,
co-hosts
yeah,
on
man.
there.
I appreciate you, man, reaching out, man. I wasn't expecting it, man. I was just checking out the basketball game, checking it out right there. I'm watching the game there
No,
while
yeah,
you
bro.
were talking.
And I
We were
appreciate
just
you always
chilling.
coming through, bro, for the shows. Junk crew music, madam. Like you're always coming through on the shows,
Yeah, man.
so
No,
we're
it's cool,
excited
man.
to.
I love performing. I got my work too, man. But if I get wherever I get a chance to go perform, I love to perform, man. And Matt's always been a pretty cool cat, man. I've known him since he was like in high school, so he's a cool dude and he gets down and he's one thing about that guy, man, that I admire is that dude. He has a good memory. Like his that guy memorizes all his lyrics, man. I wish I could do that, man, but I don't.
It's a
But that guy,
challenge,
man,
bro.
all his lyrics, like he does everything live. You gotta be like, damn, that's dope, man, real dope.
Yeah, bro. Like I tell him, I love everything he does, so I'm always drawn to like people that are always, being consistent, people that are always helping people. So anytime at the shows, like I try to interview everybody and photo shoot. But now that I got this new software, like if I don't catch y'all at y'all the show, hey, I'll be able to like do it via, like webcam. So we can do one before or after the event. But I'm here, bro, for all that. You know what I mean? If you ever need a photo shoot, I got you as well. And I really appreciate you coming through, brother.
All right, man. Shout out to Tiny Studio Production, man. Thank
Shout
you,
out
man. Thank you
Paisley.
for having me here, man.
All right, guys, stay tuned. It'll be on all platforms. Thank you.
Peace, man. All right, brother.